I think you gave yourself a different challenge for this book, that you wanted to handle a more complicated structure. Is that true?
That's absolutely right. I didn't set out with the challenge, but I knew that whereas Crow Lake, somebody described Crow Lake as a long look back in time, and I think that's very right. It was kind of a snapshot of what life was like in a little rural community when I grew up. And the story was almost secondary to the picture of the life. The other side of the bridge is fiction, pure and simple. It is not taking a look at anything that intruded on my life at all. It is still a story of family relationships, because that is what I find most fascinating. But it has two different viewpoint characters. There's Arthur Dunn, this central character in my opinion, who's this big, heavy farmer, silent guy, not going to set the world on fire. And when he's 5 years old, his mother produces a little brother for him, Jake, who is bright and lively and handsome and can do everything. And the relationship between those two brothers is the core of the book. But then there is another character, another very important viewpoint character, a young boy, Ian Christopherson, son of the local doctor, who has been very, very badly hurt by his mother's desertion, and who comes to work on the Dunn farm when Arthur is in his late 30s and has inherited the farm and is married. Ian comes to work on Arthur's farm in the summers and falls in love with Arthur's wife. So you have this boy coming into this family with no idea of the past history between the two brothers, and seeing it through the eyes of a very naive young man who has very peculiar ideas of women in the first place. And he is a catalyst for the relationship between those two brothers. That was all incredibly complicated.
No, that was...
Should I start again?
No, that was very succinctly put, I think. Considering it is, I mean, there are two strong narrative threads,
yeah.
and it does go back between what I'll call the past and the present.
Yes, that's right. There are the two time frames and the two viewpoints. And one of the challenges, if you like, is that Arthur is a very inarticulate man. It's kind of in praise of silent men or something. I like the character hugely, but I'm aware that it would have made more sense in some ways to write about his brother, Jake, who is articulate and who is on the surface a much more interesting and attractive character. But it was Arthur I was drawn to right from the beginning, and I decided I would tell the story from his point of view. But it is very difficult to put into words the emotions of a man who would not himself put his feelings into words, and I did struggle with that.
Yeah, it's because we see Arthur strictly through other people. We really don't get into Arthur's head much at all.
No.
Except about very practical things.
Yes,
Should
that's
I do
right.
this? How will I look after that? But by the end of it...
That's right. The depth of his feelings was what I was trying to get across. Just because someone cannot say what they are feeling doesn't mean they don't feel it. In a sense, there was a similar problem in Crow Lake with Kate Morrison, the child, seeing the book through the viewpoint of a 7-year-old child, when there's so many things that a child will not understand, even if she hears or sees them. That was quite a problem, and Arthur Dunn turned out to be a similar problem. How do I tell the story of this man who may feel intensely, but doesn't know how to say so, does not know how to express even his love for his own mother, does not know what to do with his rage against his brother, and is afraid of what he might do, quite rightly afraid of what he might do.
I so liked Arthur. By the end of the book,
he's a fine man.
Yes.
He is a fine man.
And, well, he's dying at the end of the book. I don't think that's any. We all die at the end
We
of
all
our
die at
own
the end of our books, yes.
But,
I'm
I was
very
okay about it. I felt
Yeah.
this is a life that,
yeah.
you know, he has nothing to be ashamed of having lived this life at all.
I think he's a very good man with very strong feelings. And because he can't articulate them, they are a problem for him. But I think he's a fine man. I came to like him enormously and respect him enormously in the course of the book.
The book is The Other Side of the Bridge. I've been speaking with the novelist Mary Lawson and The Other Side of the Bridge, published by Knopf Canada.